It's time for your Thursday brokerage update. Let's talk about some trends happening across the nation to close out that week. First off, let's jump in and talk about St. Cloud, Minnesota. As you can see, St. Cloud tender lead time at 2.88 days, so 3 days for freight to cover. Let's talk about what's been happening in terms of trends over the last few weeks. As you can see, huge run up in terms of outbound rejection, so a little bit of a capacity crunch that happened leading up into September. Before September 24th here, you can see those rejections were pretty flat, so very favorable for the brokers. Why are we talking about this today? Here you got your yellow line, your outbound tender volume elevated. So lots of options for carriers out of St. Cloud, but this white line here, your inbound tender volume trending up at a greater trajectory than that yellow line. So that's more inbound capacity coming into the market. You've got your outbound rejections trending down. So watch this one. At 3 days to cover, if you've got freight coming out of St. Cloud over the next few days into the weekend, possibly Monday, go ahead, stay on it, get it covered, get that margin. Let's go ahead, take a look at what's happening next. Cape Girardeau, Missouri, in the great central of the country. Same story, tender lead time up just a little bit, 1.7%. Same story, 3 days for this one to cover. As you can tell, we've got another situation where your outbound tender rejects are toppling back down. This white line here, your head haul index, measuring the inbound versus outbound capacity, your head haul trending back down. As the head haul's trending down, your rejections are trending down as well. That's going to be better margin for the brokerage aspect. Let's take a look next, seeing here your inbound tender rejections. We talk about outbound all the time, but you can't forget about the concept of inbound rejections. Down here you can see on this side your red blocks. Those are where the carriers are readily accepting freight into. Seattle, Washington down 30%. They're saying send them in. In terms of folks not wanting to go somewhere, up here Dubuque, Iowa, still struggling to get capacity back into that market. Montgomery, Alabama, Rock Island, Illinois as well. Let's close it out. Take a look at a map. Two maps. That's going to be your head haul map here on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side your inbound tender market share. Once again, talking about what's headed inbound. Up here Portland, Oregon, a lot of capacity inbound, not a lot of options for carriers headed out of there. As always, make sure you stay tuned to FreightWaves Now for your brokerage updates every single day.